Ron Paul Institute for Peace and Prosperity welcomes you to 5 Minutes, 5 Issues.
Starting in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm Adam Dick, a Ron Paul Institute Senior Fellow. Let's start.
Issue 1.
Recreational marijuana has been legalized in 8 states and Washington, D.C., but marijuana use by business customers and special events attendees has often been prohibited by law. That is changing some in Denver, Colorado, with the City and County of Denver Department of Excise and Licenses July 1st rules for the consumption of marijuana in businesses and at special events. Instead of just declaring it legal for any business or special event to allow the consumption of marijuana, the rules set up a permitting process and sweeping restraints. Applicants must prove their worthiness to receive a permit that can be revoked and that authorizes government agents, including police, to carry out inspections. Marijuana can only be consumed in so-called designated consumption areas, or DCAs, that cannot be within 1,000 feet of a school, child care establishment, alcohol or drug treatment center, or city-owned recreation center or outdoor pool. Special event permits must be sought at least 120 days before the event date. The rules also require the consumption of marijuana, and even the advertising of DCAs, to be shielded from view from public places including streets and sidewalks. The rules go on and on. Government and special interests are working to keep tight control over legal marijuana.
Issue 2.
In August of 2013, I wrote about Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos' then recent purchase of the Washington Post. I noted the conflict of interest between his ownership of the Post, that reports on the United States government, and Amazon's potentially significant profits from computing and data storage contracts with numerous U.S. government agencies, including the Central Intelligence Agency. This conflict of interest was discussed again at the Ron Paul Institute website this week in an article by Eric Zeus. Zeus wrote that Amazon Web Services, or AWS, that provides such services to entities including the U.S. military and the CIA, is so profitable to Amazon that it accounts for all of Amazon's net profits.
Issue 3.
You may have seen one of several articles saying drug decriminalization beyond marijuana may be about to take place in Oregon. One article at the Daily Caller is titled, "Oregon Poised to Decriminalize Meth, Cocaine, and Heroin." Not quite, responded Tom Angel in a Monday Mass Roots article. The legislation in question, Angel writes, does not decriminalize drugs. Though the legislation reduces the punishment for possession of certain quantities of some drugs from a felony to a misdemeanor, Angel explains that its outcome is less than decriminalization. This is because, while decriminalization is generally accepted to mean the removal of criminal penalties for the activity in question and the avoidance of arrest and incarceration, the Oregon legislation provides for probation, imprisonment, and thousands of dollars in fines. This is much different than the traffic ticket type of penalty people expect with decriminalization.
Issue 4.
Motherboard published this week a fascinating interview with Apple co-founder Ronald Wayne. Talking about U.S. dollars, investing, and gold, Wayne sounds much like Ron Paul. Wayne said, "I supplement my income with collector's stamps and coins. You invest in gold and silver. I won't invest in anything dollar-related because I don't know when the roof will cave in, but it will." At the end of World War II, 40 nations came together to discuss what the currency and exchange rate would be. Before then, it was the gold standard. But World War II was the most expensive war in history, and most of these nations went bankrupt. Adam Smith, in his Wealth of Nations, said that every nation that uses fiat systems will inflate out of existence. So it is coming.
Issue 5.
This week is the 200th anniversary of the birth of Henry David Thoreau. James Bovard, in an essay regarding the anniversary at his website, relates that in Thoreau's early writing, especially his essay on civil disobedience, Thoreau vividly portrayed the perils of political power. That's a wrap. Transcripts of 5 Minutes 5 Issues episodes, including links to related information, are at the Ron Paul Institute blog.